Graspop 2019. Saturday's about to come to an end, but we have the Masters of Hardcore here inside. Roger Mears from Agnostic Front. How are you doing and how was the show?
Show was incredible. It was great. I felt like the people were alive and I captured them and I just kept feeding them and it just kept getting better and better. I'm really happy with the show. I thought it was fantastic.
You came from doing, like back in the day, 40 years ago, smaller venues, CBGBs, those kind of joints, to festivals now, big crowds. Is the approach different? Has the approach changed over the years?
Well, I mean, festivals are always different because there's not that connection. We're used to the connection of no barricade, people right up front, and it's a whole different thing. But if you can still capture them even with that distance, you've accomplished something that's great. Because sometimes, you know, our kind of music is very connecting, and that distance sometimes makes it, I don't know, you know. So it's two different worlds, but I like playing both shows. I really like playing club and festivals.
Is it harder to feel the sweat coming off the walls on a festival like that?
Oh, absolutely. There's no sweat on the walls. There's only sweat coming from me and falling on the floor. But you know, are you allowed to swear on here? You allowed to curse?
Sure.
There's only sweat from your balls, not from the walls in festivals. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You've been on the road for quite a while, and in rock and roll, there are a lot of very famous duos. Jagger Richards, the Oasis guy. I mean, you can go on and on. In Agnostic Front, it's you and Vinny.
Yeah, sure is, yeah.
As opposed to all those other famous duos, they have a lot of drama going on. There's a lot of stuff going on in the press. Whereas you seem as good as bros as you ever were.
We always will be. You know, I mean, look, Vinny we're brothers. You know, we've been together through a lot, through family things, you know. I was there for when he lost his mother, and he's there for when I lost my father. You know, we're brothers, you know. And we're very well connected. He's a little bit too much for me sometimes, but he knows. I say, hey, I'm gonna go over there, okay? You know, like family, you know? So it's just, it's interesting. It's been fun. Touring with Vinny's fun. If Vinny wasn't in a band, I don't know, it might be boring to me, you know? It's definitely interesting, you know?
It's not like he mellowed down or anything.
No, there's no mellow in that guy. It doesn't exist.
Where do you get the energy from still now? Where do you get pumped up to do these shows, to play this hard kind of music after all these years?
You know, I mean, I get it within myself. You know, it's easy to find something you want to write about. If you just watch the news, there's so much crazy stuff on the news. You know, stuff I want to talk about and connect with, and the energy comes from me from like, it's inner, you know. It's really weird because people that know me and they're like, oh man, and then I play and they're like, was that really you? Like, because it's so different. I'm very mellow, very, you know, relaxed kind of guy. All of a sudden I go up there and I'm crazy, but it's been natural for me. It's like if something a switch turns on, boom, you know, just do it, you know, and that's what it is.
That's the way it should be, I guess. Hardcore nowadays is not always bands that graduated from the School of Hard Knocks, but some younger bands are doing it for the image maybe of it all. Yeah. Have you seen that change? Is it not just about the spirit and the music anymore?
Well, you know, the change that I see is, and it's a change that, you know, happens a lot. I don't even know if it's bands' faults, but there's a lot, like it's the following, like. A lot of it is a trend, you know, so that once the trend's over, guess what? The party's over, you know, and we're lucky enough to have gotten our roots are very deep into what we do, and we've got that respect from bands, not only just in the hardcore community, but in every community. There's people from all types of bands that, you know, I was just hanging out with Randy, you know, and I mean, it was just, you know, Lamb of God, you know, and all these bands, and they love Agnostic Front. They grew up with Agnostic Front. There's a lot of roots there. So a lot of the newer bands with these trends and stuff, once these people grow out, they grow out. Then they're not there for you anymore. So it's important to make something more solid, because as you go up, you got to meet the same people on the way down, you know? Mm-hmm. So we've met these people up and down, and it's solid. So people know who we are, and they connect to that. They want to be a part of something real, not a part of something that's a fad or a trend. They want to be a part of something that's genuine.
Is that the appeal you have to the more metal audience as well? Because you can do both, punk, hardcore shows, and the metal audience. Is that what it's about?
Well, because we could do both. We've proven to do both. We've been on tour with Dropkick Murphys. We've been on tour with Hatebreed. It doesn't matter, you know. I think it's just we're very confident in what we do, and we're gonna present it and bring it to you. If you're standing there coming to our show, we're gonna bring it hard, whatever it is, and you're either gonna like it, love it, or whatever. It doesn't matter. But we're definitely not playing around, you know. So we could go either way.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Ramirez.
Thank you.
And enjoy the rest of your tour.
Thank you. Thank you.